Hey guys, it's Faye from SolarFlow and I am back with an all-new video. Today's topic is a deep dive behind the veil energy read into Jordan Peterson, one of the most requested topics that you guys have asked me to look into. So if this sounds good, please stick around, and if not, I will catch you at another video. Now, in case you're new here and you enjoy looking into the energy of public figures, celebrities, true crime, and some spirituality, I invite you to please subscribe. And if you are enjoying this video at any point, please click the like button down below, as it really does help my channel grow. So before we dive into the energy read on Jordan Peterson, I'm a little distracted because it's real life over here, guys. Like, I think there's like some truck down the block from me and they're pulverizing trees into like the, like the little wood chips, or probably like the wood pulp that's actually like put into our shredded cheese. So I'm just a little distracted by the real life noise that's happening over here. Not something I can control. The only thing I can control is how I choose to deal with it, and I'm dealing with it by recording for you guys some fresh, hot content. So before we dive into the energy read on Jordan Peterson, we are first going to start by exploring some 3D information into him. Now, the purpose of looking into somebody on a strictly three-dimensional level is, for anyone that is perhaps not familiar with who a subject is or what a topic is that we're looking into, it's really just enough to share to build out some sort of a character profile. But it's not really meant to just recite what's written on somebody's Wikipedia page, because we all have the internet. We can all look at somebody's Wiki page if we want to. So therefore, I never share the full breadth and scope of what is written on somebody's Wikipedia page. I will literally just copy like the first paragraph that is written about them. So if you know a lot about Jordan Peterson and you're like, oh, hey, yo, Faye, you left out a shit ton, I am well aware of that, and I do it intentionally. I'm just sharing a little tiny bit about who Jordan Peterson is, because when dealing with a person that is a public figure, usually their Wikipedia pages are quite extensive and lengthy. We don't need that. We just need to understand a little bit about who they are, so the energy read portion will land and resonate and make sense on a deeper fundamental level. So here we go, some 3D information into Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson, born June 12, 1962, is a Canadian psychologist, author, and media commentator. He began to receive widespread attention in the late 2010 for his views on cultural and political issues. Now, maybe you're like me and you only came to be aware of him because of seeing clips on him of YouTube, because I know he's a prolific author. I know he's written a number of books, but I only came to be aware of who Jordan Peterson is because of clips that I had seen on YouTube of him, where he would leave a lecture hall where he had made some sort of a presentation, and he had gone outside to engage in people that were boycotting him at this lecture or presentation that he was actually given. Because he is quite outspoken about the dichotomy of the left and right, and how polarizing it has become. He's been accused of being a misogynist and being patriarchal, and most recently has come under fire because he is critical of the so-called gender-affirming care that transgender youths will receive. So maybe you've read his books and that's how you've come to know of him. Maybe you've seen these YouTube videos, or maybe you are more familiar with him because as of 2022, he has signed a deal with the conservative news network, The Daily Wire. But either way, Jordan Peterson is quite prolific. He has a Bachelor of Arts and a PhD. He has authored books, and he has a series of YouTube videos, as well as the other videos that have been shared by people recording him when he will go outside and engage with protesters protesting him. Jordan Peterson has an estimated net worth of $8 million. So that concludes the three-dimensional, not energy. We're just getting to the energy, the juicy part. That concludes the three-dimensional information share on him. We are now going to be getting into the energy portion read on Jordan Peterson. So here we go. Jordan Peterson is brilliant. One only needs to listen to him speak to recognize his intelligence. But sometimes when he speaks, his message and the words he chooses to share are not very approachable and can have a performative, look at me kind of energy. So it's kind of like, to fully understand what Jordan Peterson is saying, you need to have gotten a full night's sleep. No getting up in the bathroom to go pee. You need to have had finished a cup of joe, meditated, and spent no time on social media or read a single email. Like our mindscapes need to be empty and uncluttered to follow him and to understand him. And it just kind of makes one wonder, why? Like, why not just take a difficult concept and use easier terminology so the message is palatable by more? Is it because he is so deeply rooted in academia that he has forgotten how to just talk to people? No. Because he does an incredible amount of interviews where he talks to regular people. And he'll leave a lecture hall and he'll go outside and he'll just engage with people that are there protesting him. And he'll just talk to them. So clearly, it's not that he's so academic that he doesn't know, or he hasn't strengthened the part of him that can just engage with the everyday person. So he does it because he wants everyone to know just how smart he is. And he is smart, very smart. And in fact, his energy, when I first connected to it, had come in as brilliant. So Jordan Peterson has intelligence in spades. But what he has in intelligence, Jordan Peterson lacks in worthiness because he is deeply insecure. And his need to flaunt his intelligence is done in an effort to cover how deeply insecure he in fact is. Because it's been said that confidence is quiet, but insecurity can lead one to be very, very loud. But how that loud and the so-called insecurity manifests is varied to each individual person. Jordan and his manifestation of the loud is about how smart he is, because at least he knows he can go into any room and nearly 10 out of 10 times he is the smartest one in the room. Maybe he's the best looking, maybe not. Maybe he has the best stories to tell or the best experiences to share, maybe not. Maybe he's the most charismatic in a room, maybe not. But intelligence, there is no maybe about Jordan Peterson's intelligence. And just in case there was a maybe, or there was a doubt that he is in fact the most intelligent one in any room, he will let you know, but not by telling you, "Shut up, dummy, I am the smartest one in the room," but by using technical and highfalutin words. To cover his insecurity. So why is Jordan Peterson so deeply insecure? So it was shown to me, not because he doesn't have a big dick, which I know sounds funny, but if you know, you know. I have previously looked into John Cena, the wrestler, and what had come through on him is that he doesn't have big dick energy. So clearly I had channeled Jordan Peterson somewhere shortly after looking into John Cena. And if you want to see the segment that I had done on John Cena, I have linked it down below. You can go back and watch it. But Jordan Peterson is not insecure the same way that John Cena is insecure. No. Jordan Peterson is insecure because of incomplete bonding that he had with his primary caregiver and not always having his needs met. And this happened over a prolonged period of time and in his formative years. And thus, because it happened over a prolonged period of time, he had internalized it, and it led him to believe it was because he himself was not worthy of having his basic essential needs met. And he is stuck in that trauma. And the only way he knows how to deal with it, because I remind you that this is on an unconscious level. So the only way for him to deal with it unconsciously is to not let anyone see his perceived unworthiness. And he does it by putting forth his unmatched intelligence. So it's, if you will, a diversionary tactic or a classic case of misdirection. Look here, me so smart, not there, me so vulnerable. So at his core, Jordan Peterson is still that little boy longing to be loved. But in its absence, he'll hide the want and the need of it from the world, and maybe even from himself. So that concludes the mini energy read into Jordan Peterson. I hope that you have found this reading to be insightful, maybe thought-provoking, and I remind you to please take what resonates and to leave the rest behind. And as always, and until next time, to stay in high vibration.